Emma had always been a dreamer. Growing up in a quiet coastal town, she found comfort in books, where love was eternal and the world was full of endless possibilities. Her life followed a simple routine: morning coffee at the local cafe, long walks by the sea, and evenings spent writing in her journal. One crisp autumn afternoon, as golden leaves danced around her feet, she walked through the town park, her thoughts lost in a novel she had just finished. The sky was a soft shade of orange, and the air smelled of freshly fallen leaves. That was when she saw him. A young man sat alone on a bench under an ancient oak tree, a notebook open on his lap, his brow furrowed in concentration. His dark hair was slightly messy, and he tapped a pen against his lips. She wouldn't have noticed him if not for the wind, which decided to snatch several pages from his notebook, sending them flying across the path. "Oh, no," he muttered, jumping up. Without thinking, Emma ran to help, catching one of the pages just before it landed in a puddle. As she glanced at the words, she realized it wasn't just a random note, it was song lyrics. "Here," she said, offering him the page. He looked at her, surprised. "Thank you." Emma smiled. "Are you a songwriter?" He nodded, brushing a hand through his hair. "Something like that. I write music." "I love music," she admitted, "especially songs with a story behind them." His lips curved into a smile. "Then maybe you'd like to hear one of mine sometime." For a moment, they just stood there, something unspoken passing between them. "I'm Daniel," he finally said. "Emma." And just like that, something in the universe shifted. From that day on, Emma and Daniel met in the park almost every evening. It started with short conversations, then turned into hours of talking. Emma learned that Daniel had traveled from city to city playing music. He had dreams bigger than their small town, dreams of performing in Paris, Rome, and New York. "I want to see the world," he told her one evening as they sat by the fountain watching the sunset paint the sky in hues of pink and gold. Emma, who had always been content in her small world, found herself fascinated by his passion. "I want to write a book," she confessed. "A love story. One that feels real." Daniel turned to her. "Then maybe we should travel and write it together." Her heart skipped a beat. Their love was not instant. It grew like the slow bloom of a flower in spring. With every conversation, every shared laugh, every quiet moment under the stars, they became something more. One night, after a long walk along the beach, Daniel suddenly stopped. The moonlight reflected in his eyes as he took her hands. "I think I'm falling in love with you," he whispered. Emma's breath caught. She had never felt this way before. "I think I am too," she admitted. And with those words, everything changed. Love, as beautiful as it was never without challenges. One evening, Daniel arrived at the park with an expression Emma had never seen before, hesitation mixed with sadness. "I have to leave," he said quietly. Emma's heart dropped. "What?" "I got an offer," he explained. "A 1-year contract in Europe. It's everything I've ever dreamed of." The words felt like a punch to her chest. "A year?" she whispered. Daniel took her hands. "I don't want to leave you, Emma, but this is my dream." Tears pricked her eyes. "What about us?" He squeezed her hands. "Nothing will change. I will write to you every day. I will come back." Emma swallowed the lump in her throat. She wanted to be happy for him, but the fear of losing him was overwhelming. "I'll wait for you," she whispered. That night, as they sat under the stars, they held on to each other, afraid of the time slipping away. At first, the letters came every day. Daniel wrote about his travels, the music he played, and how much he missed her. Emma cherished every word, but as months passed, the letters became less frequent. Some weeks, she would sit by the window, waiting for the postman, only to be met with silence. Doubt crept into her heart. One evening, an old friend, Lucas, returned to town. He had always been there in her childhood, but now he was different, charming, understanding, always knowing how to make her laugh. "You seem sad," Lucas said one evening as they walked along the beach. Emma sighed. "Daniel doesn't write as often anymore." Lucas hesitated. "Emma, love is complicated. Maybe it's time to move on." She shook her head. "No, love is stronger than distance." But for the first time, she wasn't sure if she believed it. Months turned into nearly a year. Lucas became a constant presence in Emma's life. He was kind, patient, and always there when she felt lonely. One evening, he finally asked, "Emma, what if I could make you happy?" Her breath caught. Lucas was wonderful, but was it love? Or was it just the comfort of not being alone? Then a letter arrived. "Emma, I'm coming home. I love you." Her heart pounded as she read the words. Lucas saw the letter on the table and sighed. "He's back?" Emma nodded. Lucas exhaled slowly. "I hoped you'd choose me." Emma looked at him with sadness. "You're a wonderful friend, but my heart belongs to Daniel." Lucas gave a small, sad smile. "Then go to him." And at that moment, she knew she had made the right choice. The train arrived late in the evening. Emma stood on the platform, her heart racing. When Daniel stepped off, he looked almost the same, except for the tiredness in his eyes and the way he searched for her desperately. The moment he saw her, he dropped his bags and ran to her. She met him halfway, throwing herself into his arms. "I thought I lost you," Daniel whispered, his voice breaking. "You never did," Emma said, tears slipping down her cheeks. He took her face in his hands. "I don't want to be apart again. Will you come with me, travel with me, write while I play music?" Emma's heart swelled with happiness. "Yes," she whispered. And so, hand in hand, they stepped into the future together. Because true love always finds a way.